Okay, without wasting any time at all, let's get into it. Up on screen, there you have it. That is my guess for how the East, the top 8 for the East, will be come playoff time. It is pretty much the same as how I guessed before. The only difference here is I took the trash 76ers. The 76ers are out, and I've swapped the 8th spot with the Orlando Magic. So if you've watched the previous video, this is not that interesting. It's the same list. I just made one change, but that's how I think it's gonna go down. Over in the West, things are a bit more interesting. Still have the Thunder at number 1. However, number 2, I have the Grizzlies. My previous guess, I had the Grizzlies at 3. I'm moving them up to 2. The Lakers were at 4 at first. I'm going to move them up to 3. The Nuggets, who were at 2, they're now going to be in that 4th spot. I still have the Wolves at 5. At 6, the Warriors that weren't in my top 8 at all the last time I did this type of video, they're now going to be in that 6th spot. And in the 7th spot, I had the Clippers, who were in 6. They're the ones that I'm going to say drop a little bit in my simulated list. So the Clippers are now the 7th seed. And the 8th spot, forget about the Suns. The Suns were here. I was giving those guys maybe a little bit too much respect. It's funny because this has been a joke for a while, but it is completely true. I think Nick Wright was the first guy that said it, that the Suns are a weird team because they have 3 guys that are all lesser versions of each other. You know, on offense, it's like you have KD, you have Booker, who's a lesser version of KD, and then you have Beal, who's a lesser version of Booker. Like, I don't know what they were thinking when they put together this team, but I thought that the star power would have been enough, but I don't like how they look at all. And it's been a bunch of games now, so I'm taking them out, and I'm going to say that the Mavericks, previously I had them at 7, but it looks like AD is going to be out a little bit longer than I anticipated. So now the Mavericks are down to 8, and the Suns are completely out of the playoff picture. I like to say that the first time that I did this, I tried to avoid predicting injuries and all of that, but some of these have been glaring. So that is why teams like the Sixers, I just think it would be stupid to still believe that they're going to be in the top 8. Maybe they finish there, maybe they don't, but I have to take the injuries into account. And it's a similar thing with the Mavericks. They're losing all their big guys, including arguably their best player, AD, their best two-way player at least. I heard that he's going to be out for potentially weeks. You might be wondering that, okay, so I have done the West and I've done the East. Like the last video, where's the playoff race? Where's the series to series results? For the East, it's gonna be exactly the same. So you can just watch that previous video if you want an idea for how I think the East is gonna shape out. The West, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different now, because now the Lakers, rather than playing the Wolves in the first round and the Thunder, losing to the Thunder in the second round, as I had it before. No, they're playing possibly a more competent team in the Warriors in the first round, so that's going to be a little bit tricky. But their second round, I think, would probably be easier. So the Lakers probably get back to the Western Conference Finals, but I'm not going to dive too much on this portion until the actual playoffs begin. So this is the last playoff guessing video before the actual playoffs. When we know the actual 8 from the East and the West, then I'm going to do another updated video where I assess things and see how I think it's gonna play out. But right now, I'm still gonna have the same 2 teams in the finals, despite what just happened with the Lakers and the Nuggets. But if you want to see how I felt about that game, click the link. It should be somewhere here. Anyway, that's it. Peace.